Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westie here, women's health and hormone expert. I wanted to talk about hypothyroidism right now. And this is an extension of the video I did talking about hyperthyroidism. This one is hypo. Hyper is overactive thyroid, hypo is underactive. And this is actually a fairly common one that I run into all the time. With women with hormone issues, things like that, you'll have a lot of these symptoms and it can be really frustrating to understand. Now, I do have more information for you available on my podcast, The Female Health Solution. So subscribe to that to stay updated on my podcasts. I also have more info on my books that are on Amazon, The Female Fat Solution, The Female Menopause Solution. You can check these out to dive into more info on how to eat for your hormones and cycle. But when we talk about the hypothyroidism, this is something that I really struggled with, especially after pregnancy, and it took me a while to really get properly diagnosed and get the right help. So first thing that you're going to notice, constipation is a big common thing with thyroid issues, hypothyroid. Now, a lot of you might be reading this list and think, I'm checking off a lot of those things on there. Yeah, do I have thyroid issues? Or I got my thyroid checked and it said I was normal. We're going to talk about thyroid testing at the end of this list. So stay tuned for that. But constipation, just overall having a slower digestive system, feeling like your bowels aren't moving like they normally would. And this is something that can kind of slowly come on and just be present. And you're like, gosh, I'm eating more fiber. I'm taking a probiotic. Why are my guts so slow? It can be related to your thyroid. Having weight gain and weight loss resistance. Like no matter what, you can't drop a single pound. And again, this can be related to your thyroid. It can be related to your thyroid. So we want to make sure we're taking a look at that and understanding the full scope of what's going on in your system. Having fatigue, being tired, and having muscle weakness. Yes, this is the same thing from hyperthyroidism. This is why it can be so confusing, because some of these symptoms might be more prevalent for you, and it can be a symptom of both hyper and hypo. Well, which one is it? That's why we test. That's why we test to learn. Hair loss. Having hair loss where you're like, wow, my hair's really falling out, or I brush my hair after a shower and there's a lot of hair there. Ooh. I even had somebody say, gosh, I went to my hairstylist and she told me that I was definitely losing a lot of hair, that she could tell since the last time I had been in. That was one of her first clues that something was going on with her thyroid. And the last one here is cold sensitivity. Your body has a harder time regulating your temperature. So having hypothyroidism, actually you will feel cold a lot, or being in a colder environment, like if the temperature drops or in the morning or at night, it's colder outside than it is in the middle of the day, you actually will feel really uncomfortable being cold. That's cold sensitivity. It's not just like, oh, I can tell it's colder. It's hard for your body because your body can't regulate that body temperature. It has a hard time battling that. Most people, if you're in a warm house and you step outside and it's cold outside, right? Say it's 70 degrees in your house and it's 40 degrees outside, right? That's a 30-degree difference. You're warm and toasty in your house, you feel fine. You step outside and you're like, oh, it's chillier, but your body temperature actually works to keep your temperature regulated so that you're not feeling as cold even though you went outside. If you have cold sensitivity, what that means is that you would go outside and you would feel cold and like you couldn't warm up, or you couldn't keep your body temperature warm. That you would have to be running around to make your body warmer, which is, right? You're like, why is it so hard to be warm outside? Thyroid. Related to your thyroid. It's related to your thyroid. So how do you find out if this is an issue for you? Thyroid testing. And again, I advocate for you to get your own testing because oftentimes it is really difficult to have a practitioner that will actually test your full thyroid. That's TSH, T3, T4, and antibodies at least. So one of my favorite tests is something you can actually order yourself and get sent to your house, take it, send it back in, and you get your results. It is really difficult to have somebody understand what's going on, and you always want to make sure that you are looking at the full thyroid scope. So you can go below this video, click the link, learn more about that. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I do look at the comments, but if you're not comfortable with commenting, don't hesitate to send me a message privately. Again, I hear from women all over the world every single day because a lot of women struggle with this type of thing and they don't know where to turn next. So let me know if you have any questions. Please share this video with somebody that you know that could use this message. And thank you for being here, and I hope this helped.